Hi, friends. Well, it's the day after Thanksgiving, and this is going to be the third video. Hopefully, you'll be able to see all three of them on the blog here. And you might get tired of looking at that picture behind me. Next Friday, I promise there'll be something new up. Not that I'm going to paint anything this week, but I'll put something that you haven't seen up there. But I kind of like this one here. I think this week I'll have it framed. So what are we going to talk about now? Well, maybe I thought I'd just kind of schmooze with you a little bit. In other words, just make like I'm a good friend of yours, and we're just talking. Well, of course I can't hear you, so you'll just have to listen to me. But what do I want to talk about? Well, you don't tune in on me to hear me talk about the weather. You're not looking at for me to tell you about cooking or about taking a walk around the block. You want to learn how to do something. You figure I'm kind of a master of different techniques. Well, after 50 years of teaching them, I guess I do qualify in some respects. So I've got an idea. How about if I teach you how to use more of your mind? If you can use more of your mind, then you're going to be better at whatever it is that you do. If you're an attorney, you'll be a better lawyer. If you're a doctor, you'll be a better physician. If you're a cook, you'll be a better baker. Not that I'm going to teach you anything about law, medicine, or cooking, but if you can use more of your mind, you're going to be better at whatever it is that you do. So how can you use more of your mind? Well, first of all, let me show you how to use less of your mind. Very often when you discover one thing, you just reverse it and you know how to do the other. How do you use less of your mind? Well, let's say when you're angry. When you're angry, you're not using a whole lot of your mind. And if you get very angry, in other words, if the anger goes up a scale of degrees, and suddenly you're furious, wow, when you're furious, you don't use your mind at all. As a matter of fact, when you're furious, you don't think about consequences. And when people are furious, that's when they do really bad things. So we know that you can use less of your mind when you're angry. How about fearful? Yeah, that would qualify too. When you're really frightened, you're not using too much of your mind. You're kind of escaping from reality. And when you go into a state of panic, well, then that's when you bump into walls. Panic is what drives people like at a soccer game in South America. I understand there were hundreds of people who died going through an exit that would hold maybe 10 or 15 of them, and 10,000 of them were trying to get through it. They were in a state of panic. They couldn't think. They didn't use their mind. Love. We're talking about negative things with anger and fear. But how about love? That's an emotion. We're talking really about emotions here. When you're really in love, you kind of leave the world of reality also. Nothing wrong with that when you're in love. But you kind of neglect consequences there. You're using less of your mind. So any emotion that is, let's say, heightened to the utmost degree will cause you to use less of your mind. Okay, all right, we know that. That's obvious. When you're angry, you're really furious, don't use your mind at all. When you're panicky, you don't use your mind at all. When you're full of lust, you don't use your mind at all. Drugs also, of course. When you're using drugs, you're not using your mind at all. So that goes without saying. So, how do we reverse that? Well, anger and fear, as I said, is a heightened emotion. So, to use more of your mind, you just reduce your emotions. You reduce your emotions down to neutral. How do you do that? Well, the best way to reduce your emotions is not to think about anything. But you can't think about nothing. A great guru was asked by his disciple, "Master, how do I achieve enlightenment?" And the guru said, "Well, nothing could be easier. Don't think about monkeys for the next 20 seconds. And the disciple couldn't do it. You cannot not think about a thing. As a matter of fact, all the disciple could think about was monkeys. Don't think about monkeys. That was the test. Well, there's a lot of meat in that. You can't not think about a thing. So what do? You think about something. To use more of your mind, you reduce the emotions and think about a mantra. Actually, the best way to do that is through meditation. Now, you don't really have to be involved with a formal type of meditation. You just close your eyes. You're meditating. That's all I do. I don't have to count down 3 to 1. Of course, I've done it so long. I've been meditating for 50 years. I just close my eyes, and if I have any emotions that are getting in the way, I'll use the mantra. What is a mantra? A mantra is any word or a string of words that concentrate your attention. That's all it is. The universal mantra, of course, is Om. Om. But there's no real meaning, although it does have significance on a physical level. The particular humming value of it. But then in the Tibetan monks will use Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om, which means the jewel is in the lotus. What does that mean? The jewel is in the lotus. That's a mantra also. Well, in other words, what I'm saying is you can use anything. You can say the water is in the glass. Yes, you could. The water is in the glass. The water, it doesn't sound right, but you could do it. But how about taking a mantra that is, let's say, helpful? Let's say you have a headache. The mantra might be, my head is clear, my head feels good, my head feels good, my head feels good, my head feels good. Or if you're ill, create an acronym out of whatever it is that you want to utilize as a mantra. My alpha is a brainwave activity. We'll get into that perhaps another time. My alpha is great. My M, alpha A, is a G. Meg would be my alpha is great. So you could use that as a mantra. Meg, Meg, Meg. But I prefer using the universal Om. So why not use Om? Billions of people have used Om. So why not stick with it? You want to use more of your mind? Close your eyes. Om. Om. Now you can do it mentally. You don't have to do it out loud. It's just to concentrate your attention. Now that you are concentrative, now use your mind. Be creative. Think about whatever it is that you want to do. You want to set your day up in the morning, meditate, Om. Now you're using more of your mind because you're not fearful, you're not angry, you're not resentful, you're not jealous. You're about to use more of your mind. Now set up your day. What is it that you're going to do? Well, give thanks. As I'm doing this, it's the day before Thanksgiving. You'll be seeing it the day after Thanksgiving. How about giving thanks for all the things that you have, all the things that you're going to get very shortly by the end of 2009 and also 2010. 2010 is going to be a great year for us all. So I'll see you next Friday, guys and gals. Thank you very much for listening. Do have a wonderful day. Have a good week, a very good month, a happy rest of the year. And let's look forward to a wonderful and stimulating 2010. I'm Burt Goldman. See you soon. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.